Hey, Daisy, are you there? What do you think you're doing missing New Year's with the family? You should be at my parents' house with the rest of us. Happy New Year's to you too, Lily. I'm so sorry that I couldn't make it over to the house. I'm sure you heard from your brother, but something very important came up for me and I wasn't able to go. What could possibly be more important than spending New Year's Eve with family? I'm sorry, but I had to work. In fact, I know a lot of people who had to work through the holiday. I know that some people have to work through the holidays, but why would someone who doesn't even have a college degree like you need to? What kind of job could you possibly have that wouldn't give you the day off today? I mean, I don't think my level of education matters. Lots of places stay open for the new year. But if you really want to know, I'm in charge of a big project in the office and I had some work I needed to get done on it. You really expect me to believe that you're in charge of anything? Why don't you just stop with all these excuses already and come back home? It really is just unacceptable that you're not here to help us celebrate right now. I really don't know why we always have to do things like this, Lily, especially after we've talked about this before. But I really don't like the way that you always harp on the fact that I didn't go to college. You always use that as a way to look down on me, and I really don't appreciate it. I mean, do you realize that I'm sending your parents, and by extension you, $1,500 a month? What are you talking about? I know that that money doesn't come from you. Obviously, that money that I use to pay for my school comes from my brother. How dare you even try to take credit for that? What's the matter with you? Are you serious? Is that really what you think? I know it, actually, and I know that you don't make enough to be sending that kind of money. So how about you just stop making all of these excuses and get over here already? Don't you realize how disrespectful you're being by not being here?
Daisy, are you there? I really am so sorry about what my sister was lying to you. I tried to explain to her about why you wouldn't be able to come, but I guess even my parents were calling you.
That's right. I actually wasn't able to get any work done thanks to them.
You mean they were calling and messaging you that much?
That's right. I finally had to mute both of them because my phone wouldn't stop going off. I'm sorry, but I really just don't want to talk about this until you get home.
I understand, but still, I just wanted to say how sorry I am for my family. I really did try to make them understand, but nobody listened to what I had to say.
Well, then you can't blame yourself for that. Besides, it was mostly just your sister making fun of me for not going to college. She was bragging about how everyone in your family went to such fancy colleges. And then was going on about how I'll never be able to find a good job with no degree.
I really just don't get Lily sometimes. She just has such outdated views of people that don't seem to change no matter what. Honestly, it probably would have been best if I stayed at home with you and didn't bother coming here.
Oh, what are you talking about? Of course you shouldn't have done that. Your parents love you very much, and I know that if you didn't go, it would hurt them a lot. I'm just sorry that your sister and I can't seem to get along no matter what I try.
Well, I'm starting to reach the limits of patience with her as well. I mean, we make sure that you and I are there for every other family event. So, I don't get why she has to treat you this way for missing one little day, especially when you have work that you need to do.
No, but well, I wish we could have been together today, but we're always so busy and our schedules never match up.
I know, and even when we do have time off together, we always end up spending it visiting my family. I think I'll have to try talking to Lily one more time about this. She can't keep behaving this way and thinking that she can get away with it.
Well, I really am grateful for how upset you're being on my account. In fact, that's really all I care about with all of this.
Of course I'm mad about this. You're my wife, and my sister shouldn't be allowed to look down at you like this. Especially since you do so much for her by paying for her school. I've explained this to Lily over and over again, but she thinks I'm just making excuses for you.
Well, I suppose she has it in her head that there's no way someone who doesn't have a college degree could send money like I do every month. But she also has no idea that I make over $100,000 a year.
I know, and I have tried to tell my family the situation over and over again, but I think if they won't listen, then I'll have to tell them I'm never visiting home again. Because I don't want to be around so-called family if all they're going to do is either make fun of you or not stand up for you.
Are you really sure that you want to do this?
Of course I'm sure. If they're not going to change, then we need to do something. Besides, I want to be able to spend the time that we have off together. I'll talk to my work and try to arrange it so that I can take some time off and you and I can be together.
If you're really sure about this, then I'll try and get my work done quickly too. Then hopefully we can match up these days that we'll take off together.
Perfect. In fact, tomorrow, why don't I take you out for a nice New Year's date?
What have you done? John just messaged me and said that he wasn't going to be coming over. He said that he was never going to be coming to visit home again. You mean he really did it? Oh, here I thought he might still go. But wow, well, at least I know that John really knows how to keep his word. What are you talking about? This is the worst. Do you have any idea how much this is going to crush my parents? My brother can't just cancel on us like this out of the blue. This is going to ruin the whole holiday. Well, I don't know why you're talking to me about this. It sounds like you should be talking to your brother. After all, did you even ask him why it is that he wouldn't be going this year? Of course I asked him why he was doing this to us. He told me it was because you don't like how I teased you about not going to college. And he said that you two already spend enough time out of the year visiting home. You did actually hear the reason, but I take it that wasn't enough to convince you? Do I seem convinced to you? My brother isn't going to be home this New Year's Eve because you don't like a little teasing. Well, it's not my fault that a failure like you married into a family full of so many accomplished people. You need to grow a thicker skin. You really just don't learn at all, do you? And I have no idea what John was talking about with coming home too often. We're a family. We should be together as much as possible. John doesn't live at home anymore, so it's only natural that he should be spending all of his time off coming to visit us here. And do you have any idea just how expensive it is having to travel to visit your parents so often in a single year? How much we spend on eating out and gifts and all that? By the time you account for a trip there and back for the two of us, airfare alone is usually around $1,500. And so what? Who cares about how much it costs to see family? That should be nothing, especially since John works for such a huge company. What do you mean by that? Wait a second. I know what's going on here. This is all a part of a plan of yours to prevent him from ever coming home again. You're mad that John is spending his money on visiting his family and not on you. That's why you're trying to keep him from visiting us. Well, I am not going to let you get away with this. You can mark my words. I really don't even know what to say to any of that. You think you can just use my brother for his money? Well, you've got another thing coming. I can tell you that much. He should have never married a woman like you. You're just trying to rob him blind. Wow, you have really taken this whole thing to another level. But I'll have you know that I was the one shelling out the money for all of the visits home. That's a lie, and we both know it. I know you could never manage to do something like that. You just keep calling John's money your money. But you didn't earn it, and so it's not yours. I won't let you keep leeching off my brother. You won't ever lay another finger on a penny of his again. You really think that I'm a parasite on your brother? Is that really how you see things? Of course. Who else would I be talking about? You didn't go to college, you only have a high school diploma, and yet you talk as though you're the one that pays for anything. You're nothing but my brother's gold-digging wife, and don't forget it, you won't get away with this. Okay, Lily, I really think that you need to calm down right now. In fact, I think that you might be confused about a lot of what goes on between your brother and I haven't gotten anything wrong at all, and I am not going to listen to your lies. I'm not lying when I say that I work very hard and contribute a lot to your parents and you. As for John not going to see you all this year, that was his own decision. I never asked him to do that at all. He came up with that all by himself. No, you're lying to me. You're always lying to me. I know that you're nothing but a gold digger. I'll never listen to the lies of a bottom feeder like you. But if you're not going to own up to the truth, I'll have to take matters into my own hands to save my brother. And just what are you trying to save him from? You, of course! I'm trying to save him from you, and I'll do that by convincing him to divorce you. I'll make him see that you're nothing but a leech and convince him to leave you far behind where you can't take advantage of him anymore. Okay, Lily, now this is really just getting to be ridiculous. I know that I've got you scared now. You can't even defend yourself. And soon you'll have nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. After all, I know that the town hall accepts divorce paperwork year-round with no days off. Wait a second. What do you mean? How are you supposed to divorce John and I? Oh, you poor stupid little thing. You see, I already sent out the divorce papers 35 minutes ago. You and my brother are already done. It's only a matter of time before he realizes that he doesn't need you anymore. Hold on a second, are you serious? Of course I'm serious. And now that you know that you and my brother are no longer married, I want you to pack up your things and leave. After all, I don't care where you end up since I get all the money I need from my brother anyways. You've always been a dead weight around here. Okay then, but I guess this means I'll stop paying for your schooling. What are you talking about? I'm talking about how I'm really at my limit with you, Lily. You keep making fun of me and disrespecting me. And now you're even saying that you've submitted paperwork to divorce me from your brother? I just don't see why I should show you any more patience after all of this. Oh, please. And what could someone like you even do, huh? I know it's my brother who sends my parents and I money. You can't threaten me with that. Especially since you and my brother are divorced now, remember? So now there's really nothing you can do. You really need to learn to stop getting so far ahead of yourself. I'll have you know that I already told John about what you've done, and he's talking to the county courthouse right now. Then he's coming back home. Wait, what? What do you mean? I mean that I really don't think you have any idea at all just how lucky you are. Not just you, but your parents as well. But all that is going to come to an end. And I don't care how much you cry to me about it. Nothing is going to change my mind. You can't do this to me. It's not fair. I had no idea that you were the one sending my family money this whole time. But it's already been a week since we normally get the money, and it still hasn't come. You have to send us the money right away. What do you think you're doing talking to me like this, Lily? Better yet, why are you coming to me about this when it's been John sending you the money? You should go and talk to your brother about this, not me. I tried. I messaged him and he told me that he was never ever sending us money in the first place. He told me that this whole time it was you sending us the money. Oh, really? And you actually believed what he had to tell you about that? Because this isn't the first time that he's said this and you just never listened to him. That's because I really thought that he was lying. I thought that he was just giving you credit for everything. But now John won't even answer me anymore. Please, you're all that I have left. I don't have anyone else who I can come to for help. Give me a break, Lily. I thought I told you to leave Daisy and I alone. You brag so much about getting to go to your niece's school, but you hardly have the brains to show for it. Wait a second. Is this John? Of course it is, and I told you that I was going to block you on everything. Not only that, but I told you that Daisy won't be sending you any more money. So how about you just leave us alone already? We're not in the mood to listen to you whine to us. In fact, I'm going to tell Daisy to block you too. Wait, you can't do this to me. Please, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. Please don't block me. I just really need this money. You have to understand. I really did think that it was my brother sending money to us this whole time. How am I supposed to pay for school without your help now? I don't care, and it isn't my problem, so quit bothering us with this. Even if she did choose to forgive you, I still wouldn't send you any more money. You aren't serious, are you? You wouldn't really do that to us, right? But I just, please, John, you have to know that I really had no idea it was Daisy that was sending the money. But if she doesn't keep sending it, then I won't be able to graduate. I mean, I knew that she worked for some big company or something, but I thought she was just a nobody. I had no idea she could afford to send so much money to us. But I really had no idea about any of this at all. But the money always came in through someone's credit card, and I just always thought it was yours. You mean all of my plans have come to nothing? After giving Lily a piece of his mind, John blocked her on every single thing we could think of. Later, I heard through the grapevine that Lily asked her school to allow her a break in her schooling so that she could raise money to continue her degree. Meanwhile, her parents were freaking out since John's decided to stop talking to his parents as well. His parents were furious at Lily for effectively ruining the relationship between her brother and her parents. They demanded that if she was going to be living with them, that she would need to find a job and contribute to the household. I heard that because of all the hours of work Lily had to do, she was forced to drop out of her program. In fact, I've heard that Lily and her parents have all become recluses, Lily only leaving the house to go to work and come back. As for John and I, although it was tough for him to cut off communication from his family, he always said that it was his decision and he was glad that he made it. Thankfully, without as many visits to his parents' house, we've been able to spend much more quality time together. It had been an issue for us for so long that to have it suddenly solved was almost surprising. But we have been making the most of our newfound time together and always trying to make sure that we do something fun. I think that John has come a long way in coming to terms with his decision, and I think we're all finally starting to act like our old selves again. And having the extra money from not doing as much traveling and sending money doesn't hurt either.
Hey, Lila! I really hate to ask this, but I'm going to need you to start sending me money every month. I'm thinking that we can start at 1,000 a month and see where we can go from there. Thanks for understanding.
Wait, Tammy, you want me to send money every month?
That's right. Tim has been sending us about 2,000 a month, but that just isn't enough for us to get by on. So now you need to start giving us some money too, okay?
My husband's already sending you that much money, and it's still not enough. I think that means that there's something wrong with the way you're spending the money. I mean, your parents really only have their retirement money to live off of. I would think between the money from Tim and that would be enough.
So you're saying that you're just going to let my mom and I keep being poor? What if there's another health scare and we don't have enough money for the hospital? What are we supposed to do then? The doctor said that there was a chance that he would have to increase her prescription size, and it's already expensive enough right now.
Oh, I see. Well, maybe you should be the one to help your mom next time that happens.
What do you mean I should be the one to help my mom?
I just mean that it sounds like your parents are already sending you plenty of money. So I think that if that really isn't enough, then maybe you should contribute a little more.
Excuse me? Just what is that supposed to mean, huh?
Well, I heard a bit about it from Tim, but you're not looking for a job right now, are you? I mean, it's already been a whole year since you got let go. Don't you think it's time to start working again? I mean, if you did that, then I'm sure you would be able to take care of your money problems.
I am sorry, but I have no intention of looking for a job anytime soon. That is why I'm coming to you to make up the money that we need. Now just hurry up and pay me.
What do you mean you don't intend to look for a job? You mean you're just going to stay unemployed?
That's right. I do, in fact. I mean, someone has got to stay home and take care of my mom, and that someone is going to be me.
Is your mom really doing that poorly right now?
You have no idea how tough things are over here. I'm so busy all the time, and you never know when my mom might trip and then we'd have to take her to the hospital or something. That's why I'm choosing to stay at home for all of this. That's why I can't just go out and find a job.
I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure that your mom is healthy enough to get herself to the hospital if she needs to go. I'm sure that you do a lot to set her at ease by being at home, but I hear that all you do is just sit on the couch and play on your phone.
What? Who said that? And just what makes you think my mom can get there herself if something bad were to happen? Who cares if I'm looking at my phone as long as I'm there and ready to get my mom out of there in case of an emergency?
I guess you have a point there. Kind of.
Yeah, I'm glad you think so. Maybe now you understand why I need to be home to look after my mom. You never know when something terrible could happen to my mom, and that could keep her from getting to the hospital herself. But by staying at home, I'm basically an ambulance service right in her house. If anything, I would be dangerous if I found a job and had to leave home every day. Now, as you can see, I have my hands very full watching my mom here, so at least you could do is send me a little money every month. Again, I'm thinking we start with $1,000 and see how things go from there. It might change if I need more spending money.
Now just hold on a second. You mean that you're taking some money for yourself out of the money your parents are sending you?
Well, of course I am. I mean, that's hard work having to take care of my mom. You think I would do this if I wasn't getting paid? I am working around the clock with 365 days a year, and I need to get something for all of that effort.
I really don't even know what to say.
So, anyways, go ahead and start sending me the money this month, okay? Tim has been the one giving us money up to now, so it's not fair for you to be the only one not helping take care of my parents. They're your in-laws too, you know. Oh, Lila, I'm so sorry. I heard that Tammy called you about sending money. I just don't want you to pay her any mind at all. We don't need to be sent any more money, I promise.
Oh, really? But she seemed to be really scared that you might get sick or hurt at any moment. She also said something about your medication or treatment getting more expensive soon as well.
Yes, but they did up my dosage for some of my pills, but it was only on slight amounts. But it still isn't that expensive because I've been taking the generic brand this whole time. The new price is only about $20 more a month.
Oh, really? That's all that it went up by?
But Tammy keeps pushing me to stop using generic brands of medicine. She told me that I should just take the name brand and ask you to pay for it all. But even if I did that, I would probably only need like an additional $100 a month.
Is that it? Just 100? But Tammy said that she would need another $1,000 to be able to take care of you.
Oh, this girl. Did she really say that? What is the matter with her?
She said that the $2,000 a month she was getting wasn't enough for her. But I also heard from Tammy that she's just refusing to look for a job at all. She said that she's too busy taking care of you to work. That's why she was asking for another $1,000 a month to help with that.
Wait. You said we're getting $2,000 a month? Are you guys paying that much a month already? I thought that you were only sending us $500 a month. Where did those $2,000 came from?
Well, it was Tammy's idea. She suggested it after she started living with you. She said that your retirement money was much less than she thought and that she needed more money to take care of you.
She said what? What is she talking about?
I know that we talked about this earlier, and you said that between your retirement and $500 a month you were going to be fine. But Tammy said that you were living right on the edge financially and that you'd be needing much more to be comfortable. So anyway, I talked with Tim and he suggested we up it to $2,000.
But Tammy never told me anything about any of this. I mean, we were living more than comfortably when you were sending us $500 a month. Oh no, I'm so sorry if we've made things really difficult for you by having you send so much. The thing is that, well, Tammy chose to live back at home despite all my best telling her otherwise.
You mean that she's living there despite you not wanting her to?
Oh, not only that, but when she came to move in, she insisted on taking over all of the finances for the house and took my bank cards to manage the account. I haven't touched the money since then, so maybe that's why I have no idea about any of this. But now I'm sure that Tammy is just using all the money you've added for herself. It's no wonder she just doesn't want to work when she is just ripping you off.
So then you think that this extra $1,000 would have gone straight to Tammy as well?
Aye, without a doubt. She is just wanting to pocket that money for herself. And to think that you were already supporting us and Tammy had the gall to ask more from you.
Oh, right, that actually reminds me. About the money, it seems to me like Tammy thinks it's Tom who's sending it. She told me that the $1,000 was the least that I could send to be a good daughter-in-law.
Oh my goodness, that girl seriously doesn't know when to quit, does she? I've already tried to talking to her over and over, but she just refuses to listen to me. She refuses to believe what I'm saying.
What do you mean? What are you trying to tell her?
Well, she thinks that her brother Tim works for some huge company and that's why she thinks that he's the one who has been sending the money all this time. I tried explaining that you're the one who's been sending the money this whole time, but she thinks that I'm saying to do you a favor by saying that.
Well, it is true that Tim's company is working via contract for a huge corporation, but I'm the one who's actually working for said company.
Lila, I want you to not worry about sending us that much money anymore. Please just reduce it back down to 500 that it used to be. Meanwhile, I am going to have a serious talk with Tammy.
Wait, Pearl, maybe before we do that, you, Tim, and I should talk in person about this. Of course, I think that Tammy deserves a talking to, but I also think that she's tricked us for a long time, and probably still has more tricks up her sleeve.
You're right, but I'm still just so sorry for all of this. You know that I've thought about kicking Tammy out, even cutting her off entirely. I've thought about it, but you're right. I think we should talk together. Hey, Lila! You have got some explaining to do. I still haven't seen your money transferred into my account. Hurry up and pay me right now.
Yeah, that isn't going to actually happen.
Excuse me? What are you talking about? What kind of game is this? Are you really not going to do anything to take care of your mother-in-law?
I've actually paid much more than I ever intended to pay to help her. But now I know that none of that money was actually going to help her.
What are you talking about? We are in serious dire straits financially and you say this now? Fine. If you really don't want to do anything, then fine. I guess it's a good thing that I've already moved to get rid of you. I sent your divorce papers to the courthouse today.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
I mean that I thought of a solution to all of our problems. I'll just ask Tim to move in with Mom and I get rid of you. After all, it's Tim who works for the huge company and who sends us money while you do nothing for us at all. That's why I knew I had to get you out of the picture.
I seriously have no idea what you're talking about in the slightest. You're telling me that you sent off divorce papers for Tim and I without asking us at all first?
It was the only move I had. I mean, you're the one who refuses to live with Mom, and it's your fault that Tim doesn't want to live here anymore. I knew that if you and him were no longer together, though, then that would mean he would come back to us, finally.
I seriously have no idea what goes on in that head of yours sometimes.
Well, you've done this to yourself. You should have just sent the money like I asked you to. Of course, I know that you don't make nearly as much as my brother, so maybe you just couldn't afford it. Honestly, though, you should be ashamed of yourself for not doing more to help out your husband's family in our time of need. At least now, Tim is finally free.
I had just about enough out of you. You're going to regret this.
What are you talking about now?
I mean that I've reached the limits of my patience. You're a selfish, mean woman who only ever thinks of herself. But fine, if that's really what you want, then you can have your brother back and I'll stop sending the $2,000 a month.
What are you saying? I already know that it's actually my brother who's been sending the money. You haven't given a cent, so don't try and talk all high and mighty to me now.
You're going to really talk to me about not contributing anything when you've refused to look for a job for a whole year? Did you think that I was just going to keep working for you all this time? You thought I'd just let you get away with that?
What do you mean? You don't give me anything. I'm not wrong. Honestly, you are such a spoiled little girl. I've explained this to you over and over again, but you just refuse to listen. And now you've gone so far as to fraudulently send out divorce papers for your brother and Lila? What is the matter with you? Why do you insist on causing me so much trouble in my old age? You're the reason that I'm having financial troubles. Wait a second, hold on. Is this my mom? That's right, I'm here with Lila right now. And you have never once expressed any gratitude for all the money she has given us. Not only that, but you couldn't be satisfied and just had to keep asking for more and more to take for yourself. Wait. I still don't understand what's going on. I thought it was Tim who was sending us money this whole time. I just wanted my brother to come back home. That's why I did what I did. I mean, if he came back to live with us, we would never have to worry about money again. And the three of us could all live happily. If you think that we are going to be financially okay with just my retirement money and Tim's salary, you are dead wrong. Tim just works for a company under a contract by a huge company you think that he does work for. But he doesn't even make all that much. You mean that my brother is just working as a contractor? Of course he does. How many times have I walked you through this? Why don't you ever listen to me when I try to tell you these kind of things? Honestly, you've always been such a stubborn girl, but I didn't think that you were this stupid either. The one who has been sending us money this whole time has been Lila. Really? She has? Are you serious? Wait, no, that isn't right. Oh, please, don't even try to deny it. And now you've gone and ruined your older brother's marriage to such a sweet woman. Well, Lila is going to stop sending us money thanks to you. We're going to have to sell the house now. Hold on, what do you mean? Are we really going to have to sell the house? Mom, please tell me that you're not serious about that. I don't know how we're supposed to keep going with this way without that support from Lila. At this rate, I have enough savings to put myself into a retirement home and that's it. So, I'm moving out anyways. But, Mom, you just can't decide something like that without talking to me about it first. I mean, I don't want you to sell the house. I don't have a job. Where am I supposed to live? That is for you to figure out, Tammy. It's all your fault that this is happening, so you can find your own way out of this mess now. You can't be serious, right? Of course I am, and don't bother going to ask Tim for help either. Tim is here with us as well, and he says that you are no longer his sister after what you tried to do to sabotage his marriage. He says he wants nothing to do with you from here on out. Please tell me that this isn't really happening. You mean that no one is going to help me out? That's right. You blew up the living situation you had through your selfishness. But don't worry, I don't blame you. After all, you were doing all of that you did to try and help me, your dear old mom. That's why you asked Tammy for some more money, and that's why you tried to get her and Tim divorced, so he would come back to live with us. You did all that so we could both live more comfortable, right? I don't understand. What are you getting at with all of this? Well, not only did your plan not work, it would never have worked. And now it's blown up everything. You're on your own from now on, Tammy. Lila, I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry for sending out your divorce papers like that. I'm so sorry for everything that I've done to you.
You don't have to apologize to me, you know. I already called the courthouse and explained to them what happened. So basically, I was able to save my marriage from what you tried to do. Your fake divorce papers have already been purged from the system over there.
Oh, really? You were able to stop it? So then, that means that you forgive me for what I've done?
Oh no, I do not forgive you one bit for what you did. You have serious issues that you need to work out, but I never want to have to deal with you again.
Wait, Lila, please. I don't have a job or a place to live. Mom sold the house and is living in that retirement home, but she did all of that without even telling me. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do now.
How about you go and find a job? I'm sure your mom is so relieved to finally be free of you. But you need to learn to take care of yourself.
You can't be serious, right?
Well, you said the whole reason you weren't working was to take care of your mom, right? Now that you don't have to do that, you're free to work and make as much money as you can.
But, I mean, that's not what I meant.
Don't you see? You're finally free from all the hard work you were having to do for your mom. I know you can do it if you put your mind to it. Good luck! After that, I blocked Tammy's number and didn't hear from her again. Not long after that, I went to help Pearl move her things into our place. She lied about the retirement home and now lives with Tim and I. I heard through the grapevine that Tammy finally started to work, except that she's constantly getting in trouble and always on the verge of being fired. Still, she knows that she can't go to anyone for help and has to figure this out for herself.